Hello, Internet. This is Produce Xcast, episode X10, the Produce podcast where we add unnecessary X's to everything.
Is that the 10th sequel to Final Fantasy X? X10?
Final Fantasy X2, I guess. Well, at least it's not like how people used to do gamer tags. It's like XXX.
Oh, people still do that.
Sniper 420 X. that's what it feels like with
a thing.
That's what it feels like with Produce X1-01. It's like, what makes it sound more hardcore?
More extreme.
Yeah, to the extreme. Anyway, for those of you joining us for the first time, hello. This is a podcast where we talk about Produce 101, Produce 48, and now starting this year, Produce X101. We'll get into a bit of that later. But if you want to follow us along once the show starts airing in May, please be sure to subscribe to Truly Daebak. You can also listen to audio versions on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. If you want to join the discussion once the episodes start up, you can join our Discord server, Truly Daebak. There's going to be a specific channel for Produce X101 discussion. There's a lot of people that are watching the show, so please feel free to join us in the discussion. Now, with that out of the way, I should introduce my co-host. If IOI and myself were hanging off a cliff and he could only save one of us, he'd throw me off 11 times and save IOI. Nathan Swisher.
100% true. We are at all time together. Thank you, Eyes One.
Thank you, Eyes One, for that beautiful English.
Yes.
We'll get into that review in the second part. But to start off this first part of episode 10 of the ProduceCast, we're going to do our series preview of Produce X101. So getting into that, I mean, if you're a regular with Produce, if you've watched the shows before, I mean, not too much has changed. You know, same old thing, 101 trainees. I counted this time. There's actually 101 trainees. Nobody's dropped out
Until
yet.
some of them drop out.
Until some of them drop out. Eventually,
Happens every season.
Yeah, it happens every season. They never make it to the first evaluation with a full 101. It's pretty funny. Yeah. So 101 trainees this season. It's boys again. So, I mean, Produce 101 season 2 was like breaking records for like voting and like viewership. So this one's probably gonna do insane numbers. And I mean, 101 literally created a cult around their personality. So, I mean, this is going to be a successful show. So, they're competing for, I actually don't know how many spots there are this season, in all honesty. I haven't been able to find any. Yet. Yeah, they haven't. I don't know if it's 11, like how it usually is. I don't know if it's 12, how they did 12. It for Produce 48. Or I don't know if it's 10, because you know how like they have the X, maybe they'll just
X, do... Yeah, it might just be 10.
Yeah, but that'd suck though for them to take away like 2 spots from compared to last season.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it would.
We'll find out.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
So there've been slight changes in format. Usually produce groups have only existed for like maybe a year, 2 years, and then just disband or they just go back to their company. This time there's no messing around pretty much. So it's a 5-year contract total for the winning group or the winning members. 2.5 years of that are exclusive to whatever the group that comes out of Produce X101. 2.5 of that are you can split time between the Produce X101 group, and then you can do individual activities, that sort of thing. Because I feel, they're kind of slowly learning their mistake of letting all of these people go so soon when the groups barely kind of hit their prime. Or in like 101's case, like 90% of the time they're just doing CFs and they barely end up making music. Yeah,
or IOI's case of getting no music at all.
Yeah, getting like
anything.
Yeah, so I think they want more control over what their output is, and if that's the case, this might be the last Produce show, in all honesty, for a while at least, because I don't think they'll want to have, if you're gonna have a 5-year contract,
a bunch of overlapping.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to have, like, maybe there'll be overlap between Eyes One and then the group that comes out of this, but you're not gonna want to have like 2 or 3 like boy groups or whatever competing all at the same time. So yeah, this might be the last one for a while, which is we'll find out sooner or later. But That's going to be an interesting thing to see, is how if they'll still continue the show now that they're lengthening the contract. It's pretty much they're bringing it more in line with how they did Idol School, because I think Idol School, their contract's like 7 years long, and that's exclusive. That there's no.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Promise is like a real group.
Yeah, they can't go back to. I mean, most of them weren't really associated with labels anyway, but yeah, they're pretty much they're Stone Music Entertainment employees for the time being. A big change though when it comes to grading systems, we have a new lowest grade, which is the X rating, which supersedes F as the lowest ranking. I don't know why. In all honesty, I know like they're trying to like sort of change up the format to keep it interesting, but I mean, what do you think they could do to like make the X ranking like more interesting, or to justify its existence in the first place?
I honestly have no idea why they're doing this. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like you said, it doesn't really seem like it justify. There's no like really good justification, at least that we've seen yet. It's just like F was like the bottom, and like everyone knows that. Like we knew that the worst people would go to F. Why be like, oh, never mind. Now F's not going to be the worst. X is going to be the worst. But all the people that would have been an F are now just going to be an X.
Yeah.
And it's like you have a slightly better tier for no reason. Like there already isn't much of a distinction. Between like distinction, that's what I was like completely lost couldn't think of the word. There's not much of a distinction between like C and D, so now you have like a distinction between C, D, and F, which like I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
One theory I'm seeing thrown around is that if you're, because we don't know like what the results of the elimination. Like this is a weird thing where there's well over a month of lead time before the show starts airing, because usually they do the pick me and then like the reveals like only a couple weeks before the show starts airing, and yeah, so there's an entire possibility that maybe the X ranking is like if you hit X rank by the time they're going to record the pick me song, they just kick you off the show immediately. Maybe that's. I mean,
yeah, that might be. Yeah, it really depends on what they do with it.
Yeah,
if it's just another ranking, like that, like nothing really matters. It's kind of dumb, especially because after like the first part, the rankings don't matter at all anymore. Anyway, it's all based on like what your popularity ranking is. So like that part of it is already a minuscule amount of the show. Yeah, that like. And adding another like lower tier than F doesn't make any sense unless they do something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Like, I mean, it's kind of harsh, but I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against it, because I mean, all due respect to like someone like a Beijing Young, or like people that, because there were people in 101 that hit F and then ended up making the final group. So yeah, I mean, maybe maybe they. The thing is, they kind of make money off of like, oh my god, they were an F trainee and they made the final group. So I don't know if they really want to. I don't know if they want to eliminate that aspect entirely.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
To see the
that's
growth.
That's always the like nice like Cinderella story storyline that they have every season if that happens.
Or there's people that go from like F to A after the second evaluation or whatever. So it's weird. Yeah, we'll find out. Definitely let us know what your ideas are, or potential ideas on what the X ranking could be used for. And the final big change is in season 1, they just literally, when it came to choosing who the center was for the music video, they literally just like did like a ballot. Season 2 and Produce 48, they did like some type of special performance or like a dance, or they changed the lyrics, and then the trainees would choose who they wanted to be the center. This time around, the center is actually being chosen by the fans. So all of the A rank trainees uploaded. Basically, it's like their evaluation videos. They uploaded that onto Mnet's YouTube channel, and then anyone who had voting access was able to vote for who the center was. So I'll just go quickly over the list of A-rank trainees, because there's about 15 of them, I think. So, I mean, that's a pretty standard number, I think, when it comes to...
Yeah, it's usually around there.
It's like 14, 15 for every season. So we've got all the A-rank trainees. We've got Kang Hyung-soo from AAPY. I'm not looking up too much. I'm not going too in the weeds with the members, but I was looking up this guy's like hobbies or whatever, and it said under hobbies, he likes to research flat Earth theories.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I mean,
hopefully
sure.
he doesn't believe them.
Hopefully he doesn't believe it. I mean, like, flat Earth theories are interesting. It's just don't believe
they're
it.
interesting because they're dumb. Like,
I mean,
just like, how can you believe these things?
Like, I can't throw much shade because one of my favorite basketball players, Kyrie Irving, literally had like a famous like situation where he's nicknamed the Flat Mamba for a reason because he talked about flat Earth theories and everything. Really? It was hilarious, but yeah, that's a thing. Next we have Kim Si-hyun from Brand New Music, not to be confused with Kim Si-hyun from Everglow or Produce 48. Yeah, completely different person. We have Son Dong-pyo from DSP Media, Lee Jun-hyuk from DSP Media, Kim Kuk-hon from Music Works, Sung Yu-vin from Music Works, Park Yoon-sol from Nest Entertainment, Choi Byung-chan from Plan A Entertainment. It's listed as Plan A on here, but the company actually recently changed their name due to a merger. Plan A merged with Fave Entertainment, so they changed
I remember hearing about
Plan M. Where did they get Plan M from?
Where did
Plan
the M
A,
come from?
Fave. I guess Plan F sounds stupid, so they just made it like Plan. I don't know. That's a weird.
Who knows?
That's a weird name choice. Also from Plan M Entertainment, Han Sung-woo, Kim Hyun-bin from Source Music, Moon Hyun-bin from Starship Entertainment, Ham Won-jin from Starship Entertainment, Kim Woo-seok from Top Media, Lee Jin-hyuk from Top Media, and Choi Si-won from he's an individual trainee, and he's probably the one I have my eye on right now in terms of like favorites, because this dude's short as hell. He's basically like Woozy. He's literally like a clone of
really?
Woozy, and he can dance really good like Woozy. So he's my favorite so far. I don't know how popular he is, but early pick. I usually don't try to pick until I start watching the show, but I'm pretty impressed with what he did. So that's just we'll go deeper into the groups and companies later, but there have been some cast changes. So the screenshot I was showing before was the new host, Lee Dong-wook. He played the Grim Reaper on the hit show Goblin, so he's an actor. The thing is, I usually like when it's a musician, because season 2 we had Boa, season 3 we had what's his name, Lee Sung-gi.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I usually like when it's like a actual like musician.
This is actually the first season that it's not been a musician.
Well, I guess they couldn't get anyone else to. I don't know.
Also because it's weird because like usually the host is the opposite gender of the show, so it was weird to see a guy introduce a season with guys. Yeah. But. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but he's huge, so he's huge. It makes sense.
I mean, maybe that's why, because they want like it's the 4th season, so they kind of want like new interest in the show. But the thing is, though, like Isogi barely showed up on Produce 48 like last season. Like he only showed up, I swear, only for like eliminations and like the one episode when he was talking to the trainees.
He wasn't on it very much at all.
Like hopefully, hopefully Lee Dong-wook will be more active in that aspect, but. Yeah, that's probably like a ratings or a viewership sort of decision. In terms of trainers, our vocal trainers from season 2 actually are returning. Lee Seok-hoon from SG Wannabe and Shin Yumi. I like them. Yeah, they were pretty good. Or they were really strict. I remember when it came to season 2, they just be like they'd be killing them over the high notes and everything. Cheetah's returning as the rap trainer, and the dance trainers are Kwang Jae-sun, who was on season 2, and Choi Young-jun, who was on Produce 48. I believe they did the choreography for the Pick Me song. Yeah, so it's kind of like they're combining dance trainers. I think actually no, Bae Yoon-jung wasn't on season 2, right? I don't think she was on season 2.
I can't remember.
Yeah, she only seems to be on the
He was on season 1 and
like Produce 48.
Sure,
yeah, she only seems to be on the seasons with girls. So on March 20th, they had a Produce X1-MA runway show to coincide with Seoul Fashion Week. So that's an interesting sort of new thing that they added just as a way to reveal all of the members to the fans and everything. So yeah, they're definitely trying to, I mean, they've done guerrilla events before where like they just do like handshake events, or just they all show up and perform like the Pick Me song like in the middle of Seoul or something like that. So this isn't anything new.
Yeah.
Oh snap, I didn't notice. They're wearing the rankings. They have the rankings on the back of their shirts. This guy's an F rank.
Oh, really?
Oh no. Why would they do that? Hopefully they're like actually just modeling the clothes, because it's a runway show. Hopefully they're just not actually like modeling what rank they are. That'd be like, why would you want to go out as an F rank and be like,
or an X?
It's like, yeah, I'm an F rank. Like hopefully it's just the fashion. Like, you know how like they do like the weird fashion shoot? With, like,
you can buy the shirts and stuff.
Or like the fashion shoots with like the cheese puffs. Why is it cheese puffs? Like I don't know if I saw any cheese puffs this year, but like that was always a thing.
I'm not sure. It's just a weird quirk.
Yeah. Anyway, getting on to the actual performance of this season's Pick Me song, which actually isn't called Pick Me. It's literally called or it's spelled X1-MA or Jima, which kind of means just like don't, or like don't give up, or whatever is the translation of the lyrics. So that's an interesting thing that they went away from specifically calling it Pick Me. I mean, they say Pick Me in the song, so it's not like they're like completely abandoning it. But we got Sun Dong-pyo of DSP Media as the center. So what were your thoughts on that?
He seems way younger than he actually is.
He's
like
18.
I watched his introduction video and he looks like he's 14. And yeah, he's 18 years old, so I was surprised by that.
This guy,
yeah, he seems good.
Like, to put it in perspective, this guy is older than Wonyoung. He's older than Nako. He's older than like a bunch of
most of IZ*ONE.
And he acts like way younger than them. Some of them do. It's
he
crazy.
Looks so young. But no,
Asian
he
genes.
seemed good. He seemed like fitting for the center part at least. He had a lot of charisma, so that's always important.
And I mean, we can kind of get into a bit of it later, but I mean, just like it's interesting to see, like, or I mean, it'll be interesting to, because usually if you hit center, you're gonna be in the final group, like Sakura, Daewee.
Yeah, everyone did.
Yeah, who was sent? So Somi was center.
No, sorry, Yujung was center.
Yujung was center. Yeah, Somi was number one overall, but they usually like you almost always make group. I know Produce 48. They technically had two centers. They had Sakura, and then they had
Gan. Who didn't make it.
Oh god, that's where we gained the term getting Gan. I mean, it used to be called getting Jonghyun because of JR from New West not getting into the 101, but it's the term's way more appropriate being Gan. She literally was almost there, and then that sucks. Anyway, so I mean, I'd be shocked if he doesn't make it in at this point, which would be crazy considering like DSP hasn't put out a boy group in like a proper boy group in
since Ajax.
In like that's a lifetime ago at this point, in all honesty. So
2010 or 11, I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised that they're sending people on here, but we'll get into that later.
Maybe 2012.
What are your thoughts on the song?
So I was disappointed.
Really?
To me it seemed like they just tried to recreate Nayana and failed, like, in my opinion. Like, they used some, like, synths that I found weren't the most, like, I don't know, they were kind of annoying. And then just, like, overall, nothing was catchy enough, in my opinion. Like, to me, compared to the other songs, Nekoya is just a better song. It's just, I think Nekoya is, like,
I don't
the
think anything
best
beats
actual
Nekoya.
song. Exactly. Nayana had a much more memorable, like, hook and choreography. And then Pick Me had infinitely more iconic choreo and, like, way more energy, if that makes sense. Like, it just, the song, to me, it didn't meet, like, the energy or the catchiness levels of any of the other songs. The only thing that really stood out was I did like the like kind of like martial arts choreography they have going for them, but like the song itself was just, I don't know, it just didn't meet the expectations I had from previous seasons. Like it seemed like they were on an upward climb with song quality, and so I think that's part of it. Like they've just been getting better, and this kind of like fell off from Nekoya, so I think that's why. Overall, yeah, I was a little disappointed.
I mean, I'm on the complete opposite end. I love this song like so much. I'd honestly put it'd be Nekoya, Jima, Pick Me, and then Nayana.
Oh, really? You really Nayana last? Wow.
Like Pick Me and Nayana are kind of like the same, but if I were to like, if you put a gun to my head and made me pick between the two, I'd just probably pick Me just because it's iconic at this point.
Yeah.
But I love the energy of the song in all honesty, and I looked up the producers of the songs and I completely understand why. So it was produced by the team of Figgy Bostrom, who did ABC Middle of the Night by VAV and Stay By My Side by Twice.
You almost said Vav.
Vav. God damn it.
Vav.
Stupid habit. Albin Nordquist, who did Wake Me Up by Twice, Spotlight by Monsta X, Get It by Priston V, Fanfare by SF9, and freaking Chain by NCT 127. And
producer of the decade.
Definitely. Maybe except for Wake Me Up, because that was kind of a weak Twice Japanese song.
Like Get It, and Chain, and Spotlight.
And no. You're gonna like this. The next person, Joe Michelle, who produced Black Widow and We Like by Priston, and Super Hot by the Produce 101 Season 2 song.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the ending songs. So yeah,
hot.
That's what I think of every time I hear the song Super Hot now. And having played Super Hot, I need to get into that.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's only like a couple hours long. So
I played it in VR. That shit was wild.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, like they have a really like good set of producers here, and I can definitely see what they're going after in terms of like the vibe of the song. I think what really sells me on the song is especially the choreography, because one, it's super catchy, and two, there's this awesome dance break where like when it goes into the dance break, they do that thing where they all lay back like, and it's like a wave sort of thing.
Yeah.
That part was cool. Also, I think the choreography is like easy enough to like understand, and also but still like really technical, because like there's that part where they're like the dun dun dun, and they do a clap under their legs and everything, and they do that like multiple times. So it seems like a really fun choreography. I want to try it, and I'm putting this out here now because I'll be beholden to it later. We're actually trying to get a Cre.ker panel at Cre.ker New York this year, and if we manage to get a Cre.ker panel at Cre.ker New York, I'm gonna ask my dance teacher friend DJ to teach me the choreography to Jima, and I will perform it at our Cre.ker panel. So if you want to see me do the choreography for this, tweet at Cre.ker. Let them know that you want to see a ProduceCast panel at Cre.ker New York. I mean, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, in all honesty, but I mean, I'll try. I'll do it for the memes, and you can record all you want, and you can upload it.
It's gonna be a Discord emote. And
yeah, it's gonna be a Discord emote at some point, like me just doing like the clap thing. I'll try to find. I'll buy the Produce One X1-1 merch, and I'll do it too. So it'll be a legit thing. I actually like the stage this time because it was it's like the shape of an X, and like
I liked the X.
Yeah, because like each of like the arms of the X was like had the thing, and then like all the A rank trainees were on like the middle diamond sort of thing. I'm guessing the ones on the floor were F rank or X rank, unless they got rid of X rank.
No, they would. I assume they would be X, because if there's 4 arms like plus the center, that's the 5 rankings. A, B, C, D, F. So
yeah, actually that makes sense. So maybe they don't eliminate them.
Actually get to be on stage for once.
Oh, that'd actually be nice, because usually the F ranks are the ones like crying because they can't be on stage until at the end.
Well, now it's X.
Poor guys.
Yeah. It happens.
The one thing I don't like is it's becoming such a thing over the past like couple of seasons, but everyone trying to become the ending fairy is so dumb now. There's like 100 people like winking, like
it's so pandering. Yeah.
It looks like there's like something stuck in their eye, like, or whatever. There was one nice guy though. Like he did he did a kiss, and then he did like the heart thing, and then there's a heart sticker on his thumb. That was genius. But everyone else was just like, it's just like there must be like a world record for most people blinking simultaneously whenever they film these. But
yeah, like you said, like the one guy, you just got to be more creative at this point.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's too much.
Like, I don't want ending fairies to determine who makes the top 11, 10,
That
12.
too,
Because, I mean, like, no disrespect to Park Ji-hoon, but if he didn't do the wink, like, he wouldn't have made it into one-on-one. Granted, he definitely has the talent to back it up, but I really don't want, oh my god, he did a winky thing at the end of the video to be what determines who gets in the group, like, 3 or 4 months from now. Like, it should be the actual skill, but I mean, hey, Produce 101 is a talent show disguised as it's a talent show disguised as a popularity contest. So
it's a popularity contest
disguised as a talent show. So
yeah,
who knows? Anyway, let's get into a few of the trainees again. We're not going to go into a bit too of the weeds, but I just wanted to note some significant sort of companies and sort of trainees that stood out to us. Starting off with, we have the return of the big three, which I honestly I did not expect YG and JYP to ever come back on this show.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Honesty.
Is this YG proper this time?
Yeah, this is the first time. This is the first time
Okay.
YG has ever been on a Produce show. They've sent YGK Plus on the past 2 seasons, with Hyunbin on season 2 being the popular one. And I forgot the names of the ones from Produce 48 because they didn't. Well, I know one of them was like the daughter of like a famous chef or something. That's all I can remember.
They didn't make it very far. So
yeah, I felt bad. Yeah.
Their names weren't memorable.
I felt bad, but I mean, I guess like YG at this point, like they feel like they should have proper trainees or
actual trainees. Yeah.
I mean, so to give you their names, we have Yoon So-bin from JYP. Only one with JYP. So maybe we get more Somi magic at this point. Like I don't know.
I mean, it's less likely because Somi had the prior fan base
16.
from 16, where this person is new, as far as I know, unless he was on a show or something that I didn't know about.
Apparently he's been like a trainee for like a year, like a little over a year or so. So I mean, could they have like? How did he just end up joining the company after Stray Kids or like?
Well, Stray Kids is weird because that was a group that John put together, like on his own, and he just picked trainees.
Did he just
not
get
fit
picked
into his group?
It
must
so
just
bad.
be this guy didn't. Well, I mean, it wasn't that he's necessarily bad, but he might not fit
the
what
concept.
John saw for Stray Kids, which, based on his introduction video, I could see he was like, I don't know, he didn't give off like hardcore Stray Kids.
So he's like on the complete opposite end of that on the spectrum,
exactly.
essentially. So, okay, you think he'll do well? Because I mean, JYP is like a huge name,
I think as long as he's not complete garbage, which would be surprising coming from JYP.
Yeah,
I think he'll do well.
Yeah, just the name recognition alone might get him into the top 11, whatever.
Yeah.
The trainees from YG are Wang Junhao and Hidaka Mahiro, who were both on YG Treasure Box, the other survival show that produced the 2 groups. I forget Treasure and then I forget the other one. Other members on YG Treasure Box were AAP Dam's Lee Mi-dam and individual trainees Kang Seok-hwa and Kim Sung-yeon. So yeah, they're going on the tour of survival shows. So there seems to be a lot of hype behind these 2 because YG, especially for Mahiro. I know he seems really popular from YG Treasure Box. I didn't watch the show myself. I know Cooper did. Yeah, so he's the one that definitely seems hyped about it. And again, anything with the name YG next to it you're gonna have a lot of firepower behind you, so we'll see. I honestly don't know if they'll make the final. That'd be so funny though to have if JYP and YG have 2, like all of them make it into the final group, like that. Yeah, that kind of be mind blowing to have.
Weird.
Yeah, because that's never happened before. Or like 2 of the big 3 like enter like a project group sort of survival show like this, and all of like 2 of their trainees or whatever make it into the final group. So that'd be an interesting dynamic, but. We'll see. next we'll have like existing groups or people that were had fame or some semblance of fame prior to entering the show. Starting off with Kim Sung-hyun from Stone Music Entertainment. He was a part of the Boys 24 survival show, which produced the group Into It. I honestly don't know much about Boys 24. I mean, like, Mnet has a billion survival shows at this point. So.
Yeah. At this point, you can't keep up with all. Oh, I'm not on mute.
No, I'm mute.
Sorry, I muted to type to Jacob because he was trying to get us his scores. But yeah, there's just too much to keep up with at this point, and all I know from Boys 24 is like all the controversy stuff that happened with like the one dude like talking shit about his fans and getting kicked out and stuff. Yeah,
so, yeah. That was
from Boys 24.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've heard of, unfortunately. So
yeah,
let's see. From the group My Teen, we have Kim Kuk-hun and Song Yu-vin, both from Music Words. Kim Kuk-hun was on Mix 9 and Song Yu-bin was on Superstar K6. My Teen definitely is it's definitely a bigger name in terms of like groups that end up on like survival shows like this. So I know they have a decent fan base, so that might work in their favor. Definitely, I know everyone's trying.
I think they were on the unit.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they were.
I kind of feel bad though if they're just doing the survival show like tour at this point. If they're just like going around like that, so. But I mean. Everyone's just trying to be the next New West, where like putting them on Produce like sort of revitalizes or brings new interest in the group. But I don't know if that's good. If everyone's trying to be the next New West, no one's going to be the next New West, unfortunately. Oh, now you're on mute.
Sorry. They were on a Mix 9, not the unit.
Yeah.
I knew they were on one of them.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Cho Sung-yeon from Yuehwa Entertainment. He's a member of the band Unique. I've heard the name before, but I really haven't looked too much into them.
Yeah, I don't really know much about them.
This group we've definitely heard a lot. We've seen in person. Kim Woo-seok and Lee Jin-hyuk from Uptension and Top Media. This is actually a group we've seen at KCON. Like, I high-fived members of Uptension, and now they're on this show. I feel really bad. Like,
I mean, it makes sense. Like, there's so many groups out there, and this is like a good shot at getting names out there.
Yeah.
Like, even if they don't make it the final group, like getting to the end at least.
Yeah.
Or like near the end, it will help.
And that's kind of become a strategy in itself, where you get popular enough but don't get into the final group, so you're not beholden to CJ for the next 5 years. You just need to get the popular. Exactly. Yeah, basically, this is like a lot of companies are treating Produce like just free advertising at this point to hopefully just get their groups more popular, and they have no interest in getting them in the. I mean, that's basically how Happy Face treated friggin' Mix 9, because they didn't want to have them like be held hostage. I mean, we'll get to Happy Face later in this, but that's definitely been like the new strategy when it comes to just trying to get your groups over and more popular.
Yeah, exactly.
And probably one of the most popular ones we have from Plan A Entertainment, Choi Byung-chan and Ha Sang-woo from Victon, which again, just these really these names that are like in K-pop for a while. So just, I mean, it was more expected with stuff like the Unit, or I mean, maybe even like Under 19 or whatever. But man, it does feel kind of weird to see these names in K-pop that we've been seeing for a while just send members like this. I guess they really do just need the exposure. So
yeah. I mean, nobody big's ever like Plan A was always just A-Pink. Like Victon never like hit the level that.
Unfortunately,
I mean, they have soloists and stuff. Like they have Hagak, who's very popular as well, but as like a ballad singer. But yeah, like Victon never really got out there. So
yeah, hopefully
it makes sense having them here.
Yeah, hopefully they can grow through the show.
Sorry, we've got Play M, not Plan A.
I'm calling it Plan A. I'm sorry. Plan M is just like, why would you?
It's not Plan M. It's Play M.
What?
According to their Wikipedia page.
No, it should be Plan. I thought it was.
No, their wiki. They even have the logo. It's Play M. Entertainment.
Fix your goddamn name, Play M or Plan M, whatever you... Either call yourself Fave Entertainment or Plan A Entertainment or Plan Fave Entertainment. I don't know. Anyway, we've got some survival show veterans coming on to Produce X1-01. Starting off with, oh god, I'm going to butcher this guy's name because it's Chinese. It's Wei Ji from Hongyi Entertainment. He was on a Chinese survival show called All for One. Basically, it's another one of those like Produce ripoff shows. You know, like, yeah, basically it's just like, it's almost exactly like Produce 101, kind of like how Idol Producer is.
Yeah, exactly.
From MBK Entertainment, we have Nam Do-hyun, and from Think About It Entertainment, we have Kim Jun-jae. They were both on the show Under 19. We have a Produce 101 Season 2 veteran coming back in Kim Dong-bin, who was formerly, when he competed in Produce 101 Season 2, he was under Kiwi Media Group. He has since left and gone to MLD Entertainment, formerly Double Kick, which is Momoland's company. If you don't remember, Kim Dong-bin, he was the one that kind of, like, he sort of had a panic attack before he was doing his... Remember he did the performance of Chewing Gum by NCT NCT Dream, and yeah, they had to cheer him on. So I feel so bad that he has to come back on the show again, but hopefully he does better this time around. I mean, there were a lot of people that on Produce 48 that came back from season 1, and then they ended up doing much better than they did the first time around. So hopefully Dongbin, and being a familiar name to Produce fans, hopefully this will work in his favor. And I mean, it seems like he's at a better company now if he's going to be under Momoland's company. So they must have something up their sleeve if they're sending him on here.
Yeah.
And then competing on Mix 9, we had Baekjin, who is under Vine Entertainment. I've never heard of it, but that kind of sucks that people that just had to survive like the mess that was Mix 9 are just. I mean, at least they're on at least they're on a sustainable survival show this time around, and not just like a hot mess that was Mix 9.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about YG's creepy face staring at you the whole time.
I still can't get over that freaking. If you haven't seen that screenshot, it's just literally
there's so many.
YG looks like freaking. He looks like a Murdoch from Gorillaz, like literally like with the tongue going on and everything. Like, oh god. But enough about YG. Next we're on to new and returning companies, so basically just companies that have been absent for a while and are just sending people back, or just like brand new entrants. So starting off, we've got Around Us Entertainment, who is the company formed by Highlight, formerly known as Batiste.
Wait, Batiste? Yeah. Beast.
Yeah, I was gonna like, do I call them Batiste or could I call them Beast? I mean, that's our thing now, right? We have to call them.
No, Batiste is classic. We
have to call them Batiste.
That was
they're not in the best of like reputations right now, because one of their members got caught up in like the
well, he's gone now.
Burning, he got caught up in burning Mocha. So enough about that. Their trainees are Choi Si-hyuk, Jung Jae-hyun, and Woo Jae-won. So that's interesting. I didn't expect them to actually hire trainees or just form groups other than Highlight. That's actually interesting that they're gonna run it like a proper company like this. So that's an interesting sort of tidbit. You think they'll do
well? Yeah, they have a good chance. I mean, Beast is a good group. Like they have a lot of experience, so helping other trainees, like having actual trainees, it's probably a good place to be.
Yeah. Returning after a 2-season absence, we have DSP Media. We mentioned a few of them before. Their 3 trainees are Lee Hwan, Lee Jun-hyuk, and Son Dong-pyo, who is the center, as I mentioned before. So, I mean, yeah, we kind of were talking about it before, but it's interesting that like DSP definitely has something up their sleeve if they're sending boy trainees to produce X1-01.
3 of them. Although, I mean, that's not necessarily true, because they sent, I mean, 2 members sent a bunch of season 1, and nothing came of that. Did they send a bunch season 2? I don't remember.
No, they haven't shown up since season 1. Okay,
yeah, and yeah, they sent 2, and I mean, one of them got added to April, and the other we haven't heard from since. So.
Oh gosh. So I mean, with Dongpyo with Lee Jun-hyuk getting an A and Dongpyo getting center, like there's a good chance that these guys make it into the final like group. So
yep.
And I'm gonna put this out there, but in all likelihood, whatever the boy group that they're making comes out of this, like they're probably gonna surpass Card in terms of April in terms of popularity. Bless you.
Yeah.
But. Which is going to be crazy. That's like DSP would be back on the map. Like I really didn't expect DSP to put trainees on here just because it's been so long, and it seems like they're just doing their own thing. So we'll see how well they do. Returning from season 1, we have Happy Face Entertainment, who recently changed their name to Dreamcatcher Company because Dreamcatcher is printing them oodles of money at this point.
Well,
so
yeah, they don't. And Dalshabet's gone. So
yeah. They've only sent one trainee this time around, one Hyunsik. So it'll be interesting to see what their plans are in terms of sending a trainee, because I know they have another boy group, but I've never heard anything from them in all honesty.
Okay, they're banned apparently.
Yeah. What's their name again?
No. What? Oh no, never mind. Well, they're called HNB.
Yeah, I've heard of HNB, but I haven't really heard of HNB in all honesty. So, what do you think their plans are with sending One Hyunsik onto Produce X1-1?
I mean, I think they've. Wait, sorry. These are people from. Oh, Mix 9. Okay, or yeah, because a Mix 9 person. That's why I was like, I recognize this person from HMB, but sorry. Yeah, I think I think he has a good chance. Like, they did well in Mix 9. I mean, the number 1 boy group person in Mix 9 was from Happy Face.
Happy Face, yeah. So
yeah, Woo Jin Young. Oh no, yeah. See, I was gonna say this is not a name from. That's not that guy. Park Woo Dam is in this group. HMB.
Yeah.
From Produce 101 season 2.
That's interesting. Yeah, but I mean, do you think they're making like the boy version of Dreamcatcher, or do you think they're gonna like do like something completely different? I mean, I really don't know if there's any other boy trainees like hanging around back at Dreamcatcher Company.
That would be interesting. I mean, Dreamcatcher Company, they named they made their name because they're gonna do sub labels. So like that Dreamcatcher Company is gonna be Dreamcatcher's like sub label, but then they said HMB will have their own sub label. So like they're just kind of doing what like JYP is doing, or like splitting it up. But so like they don't have to do that style. But I think it would be interesting to see a guy group do that style of music.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they'll sort of play into that. And last but not least, in terms of this section, we have Source Music, friggin' G-Friend's company. They have people not named G-Friend under that company. I'm shocked. Like, it's literally just been G-Friend for God knows how many years at this point.
Yeah, it's been 2009 they were founded.
And it's literally only been G-Friend. So they have Kim Hyun Bin, who is an A. They have Sai Chi Hao, definitely a foreigner. And Yoon Min Guk. So
they had Glam, but that was with Big Hit.
Nobody talks about Glam.
They had 2 groups co-managed by Big Hit.
Oh Lord!
But because apparently there was a group called 8-8.
Oh boy!
Which was Source and Big Hit. But this is interesting to see their first like trainees other than G-Friend for like a real group.
What would a Source Music boy group sound like? I'm actually really interested. Is it going to be like straight up like boy version of G-Friend, or are they going to go more like?
No, I think they would have to do something different.
I mean, I'm down for a boy version of G-Friend, in all honesty. Just doing like knife choreography and like string instrumentals. That'd be so cool, actually.
Yeah, I could see it. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Next, we're on to Produce 101 royalty. Basically, anyone that got members into like a final group of IOI 101, IZ*ONE, so to speak. So starting off, we have trainees from Brand New Music who produced Lee Dae-wi and Park Woo-jin from 101. They have Kim Si-hyun, who got an A, Yeon Jung-won, Lee Eun-sang, and Hong Sung-jun. So definitely they know what their how their bread is buttered at this point. Brand new music. They're definitely trying to get another Daewoo Woojin situation. Sending a lot of trainees. I mean, it's definitely going to be a different group because they like AB6 or whatever how you pronounce it. They have their plans already set. So we'll see like what their plans are with this group afterwards. Because like I don't think they'll debut like 2 boy groups immediately. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what their plans are. From C9 Entertainment, we have Kim Dong-hyun and Lee Jae-bin. C9 Entertainment produced Bae Jin-young from 101. I don't know how successful they'll be because in all honesty, like Bae Jin-young just kind of came out of nowhere towards the end of 101. So I don't know if they'll get any more winners this season. In all honesty, so
yeah,
just kind of a fluke.
Don't focus on Produce. Give us more Good Day, because what happened to that group?
Whoops. Next up, another staple. We producing the likes of Choi Yoo-jung, Kim Do-yeon from IOI, and Ong Sung-woo from 101. We have Fantasia, who's only sending 1 trainee this time around in Hang Gi-chan. I mean, it worked for Ong. I mean, being the only male trainee, but I have high expectations for him because like Ong definitely set the bar like super high.
Yeah, Ong was fantastic.
Like Ong, like I can't wait to see what Ong does in whatever he does in Fantasia. But like hopefully this guy's just as good as Ong was. So, Jellyfish Entertainment, who has produced the likes of God Se-jung and Kang Mina, they sent Kim Min-gyu and Choi Jun-sung. So. I mean, Jellyfish hasn't been able to produce winners since season 1, but I mean, like, we'll see. Well, what do you think? What do you think of Jellyfish's chances, or these guys' chances?
I think they've an okay chance. I mean, it really just depends on their skills. But I mean, I think Jellyfish has a good skilled, like brought skilled people before. I mean, all 3 of their trainees in season 1 got A's, like all part of Gugudan, which unfortunately doesn't translate to popularity.
Sales sort of thing. So,
but
yeah, I think at this point, Jellyfish might need a winner coming from this show if they want more success for the label because Wikimiki unfortunately has been kind of floundering. So.
You mean Gugudan?
Gugudan, sorry, not Wikimiki. Speaking of another group that's kind of floundering and all, sorry. But
Wikimiki's doing decent actually.
We've already mentioned Yun So-bin from JYP. Moving on to Maru Entertainment, who produced the likes of Park Ji-hoo and Winky Boy. They're sending Lee Woo-jin, not the different Lee Woo-jin, not the one from the East Light that competed in season 2. Lee Woo-jin, Lee Jin-woo, and Lee Tae-sung. So Maru Entertainment definitely wants to reproduce the popularity of Park Ji-hoon, definitely.
We have Woo-jin and Jin-woo.
Yeah, it's kind of like an oxy or like a reverse sort of thing, but hopefully the group sticks around this time because I feel like I believe the initial plan for Ji-hoon, like we mentioned it on our 101 like Sunset show, because like pretty much everyone that he got sent on the show with either like left the industry or got in trouble with like a scandal, so that's why Ji-hoon just ended up going solo. So I think this time around they're definitely gonna have a plan in terms of having a proper group since Ji-hoon's just on his own at this point. So.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how successful they'll be because I feel like Ji-hoon might just have been like a flash in the pan sort of thing. But I mean, it's a popular name now, like Mario Entertainment. Like Ji-hoon definitely put Mario Entertainment on the map.
People know that name now.
Yeah,
which before 101 in season 2, nobody knew what Mario Entertainment was.
And I mean, like Ji-hoon's doing like insane numbers when it comes to like streaming and like YouTube views on his debut, so they could definitely ride off of the back of that. We kind of mentioned MBK before, but who produced Cheon. So they sent Kim Young-san, Nam Do-hyun, and Lee Hang-gyo. So MBK is returning from season 1. At this point, I don't trust MBK with anything. In all honesty,
it's like, who knows what's going on with MBK?
Yeah, like I can barely trust them to like treat Dio well, let alone. It seems like they're gonna make a new boy group on top of that. So I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like it's kind of like I don't want to be mean, but I kind of don't want them to do well on this, because if they do well on this, then you know that. Actually, no, I actually do want. In that case, maybe it's better off if they do well on this, or maybe make the final group, because you know CJ would treat them way better than MBK ever would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the unfortunate truth. We have Starship Entertainment, who produced the lights of Yeonjung, Wonyoung, and Yujin. Yeonjung ended up in Wuju Sonyo. Wonyoung and Yujin are currently in IZ*ONE. So they're sending a whole bunch of people. They're sending Kang Min-hee, Koo Jung-mo, Moon Hyun-bin, who got an A, Song Hyun-jung, and Han Won-jin, who also got an A. So it's pretty apparent what Starship's trying to do here, sending a huge group, but definitely, because I mean they're definitely due for a new boy group, because Monsta X has been around since 2015. How long have they been?
Monsta X was 2015, yeah.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, 2015. So they're definitely, and it's probably not going to be like a Monsta X type like hype boy group. They're definitely going to go in the complete opposite direction. But I mean, sending this many members, they're definitely working on some type of group. So I mean, Starship has gotten like people in for 2 seasons. So what do you think their chances will be this time around?
I think they have a good shot. Starship's a well-known company, and it's a company that has like good. I feel like it has good like public reception, and obviously they put out talented people. So, I
mean, unless you hate Whistle, remember like the whole like Starship UL Planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless I doubt Whistle is gonna carry over, because freaking Planet isn't even on this season, which is a shock.
Yeah, that is shocking. It is funny though for the trainee videos, like for like Starship and JYP and stuff. More of the video was like actual groups like congratulating them and like wishing them luck than it was the actual trainees.
Wait, so who did for Starship?
It was like the trainee showed up for like less than a minute, and then it was like Monsta X, Yeonjung, and Yujin and Wonyoung like all had the separate video thing saying like good luck, blah blah blah.
Oh my god! And then
the JYP was the same. It was like Twice, and there was someone like there was an actress, Twice, and then I think like Bam Bam or someone from GOT7.
That's hilarious.
There was like more than half the video was not even the trainee. It was other groups like just trying to get their popularity out there.
Yeah, they're not messing around. They're gonna leverage the Starship is definitely gonna leverage that popularity as best as they can. So I would be shocked if at least one of these guys doesn't make it into the final group, just because Starship has done well like almost every season at this point. So
yeah.
Next, we've got Urban Works Media, who produced my precious llama girl, Kim Min-ju from IZ*ONE. They're sending way more trainees this time, because Kim Min-ju was the only one that they sent on Produce 48. This time, they're sending Kim Dong-kyu, Kim Min-so, Byun Song-tae, and Hong Song-hyun. So it definitely seems like Urban Works Media I had never heard of prior to Produce 48, and it seems like they're gonna beat that horse until and hopefully they're gonna try to produce another Minju. It definitely seems like sending this many trainees.
Yeah, they just want to capitalize on making it last year or last season.
Oh, we already mentioned. By the way, we already mentioned Stone Music's Kim Sung-hyun, so that's why I skipped him over. Next, we have from WM Entertainment, Lee Gyu-hyung. So WM Entertainment is the home of Lee Chae-yeon from IZ*ONE. So it's interesting. I don't know what their plans are, in all honesty, because ONF is kind of a new group, and they still have to put out whatever like girl group that Chaeyeon's in. So
yeah, I mean they're. This is more like someone that's trying to shoot for the actual group, so that by the time he's out, they could put him in their new group.
Maybe. But I mean, if Chaeyeon set the bar, like hopefully this guy's good at dancing too. I didn't actually end up seeing his video, but like Chaeyeon definitely set a high bar for him, so hopefully he follows up.
Yeah.
Woollim Entertainment, who has produced the likes of Kwon Eun-bi and Kim Chae-won from IZ*ONE, is sending an entire army of goddamn people. They're sending 6 trainees. Names are Kim Dong-hyun, Kim Min-so, not related to the other Kim Min-so from Urban Works, Moon Jun-ho, Ju Sang-guk, Cha Jun-ho, and Hwang Yeon-sung. Oh my god, 6. I think 6 might actually be the most in terms of like how many trainees are being sent this time around. So this is probably an entire group, in all honesty.
Yeah, we're close to it. Similar to how, like, all of Pristine was in season 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, there's like 7 out of the 10.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Woollim definitely. It seems like they're trying to aim for another. But I mean, like, Golden Child is kind of new, so.
Yeah, but they're going to be around for 100 years. So.
They're going to be around for 100 years, so I guess you need a group after that. If you don't get that joke, you have to have got the cake on New York. But, yeah, I'm guessing maybe they'll just go with a different concept for this group, because Golden Child is definitely more like a cutesy boy group, so maybe they'll go with like more like a Monster X type of group with whatever comes out of this show, so we'll see.
Yeah.
You think someone from Woollim will get in?
Yeah, I think there's a good shot. They're a good company, and I mean, it's really hard to say who's gonna get in because we haven't seen them in action. But this is a good chunk of people, and then 2, like, yeah, they're a good company that knows how to train people well. So there's a good shot.
Closing out this section, we have Hello Entertainment. We mentioned a few of them before. They produced the likes of Choi Yena from IZ*ONE. We have Yoo Sung-jun, Cho Sung-hyun, and Hwang Gyul. I don't know if Yuha can pull another one out of the hat this time around, in all honesty, because they sent trainees on season 2, but nothing really happened that time around. But I mean, I'd be interested in seeing what a boy group would be under Yuha, because I mean, Everglow was just incredible. So maybe they'll do like a male Everglow type group. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that I could see that happening.
This is just like we said, just notable omissions entirely. There's no Pledis this time around. Thank God, just because freaking Pledis should just treat their trainee or their employees better instead of just throwing them onto Produce and hoping that they get popularity. And I mean, at this point, I don't know if they have anyone else to throw on the show because they sent Nuest, they sent Gan, but like I really don't know who else they would have had to send.
Yeah, exactly. Other than just like new trainees for a new boy group,
maybe, but no, they have to fail first.
And 17,
yeah,
is still, and then bring Pristine back, please.
So they can't send Pristine on this show. It's all imagine it's like we don't care. We're just gonna put them on this boy group show. Other notable omission: Cube. No Cube this time around.
Yeah, that's interesting. But
they're kind of
they're in a weird spot right now anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what they'd.
Yeah, I don't know if they should like focus too much on new boy trainees because they really need to focus on Pentagon like surviving after Edon leaving and everything, and just I guess getting Idol over and everything. So that's not too surprising. To close out this Produce 101 series preview, we've got, I just wanted to highlight 2 notable foreign and mixed trainees. We've got Anzardi Timothy from Esteem Entertainment. He's half French, half Korean, which is I've never heard of before.
Yeah, I was scrolling through the list and I saw his name and I was like, what kind of nationality is that? And so I like Googled him and was like, yeah, French Koreans are interesting.
Yeah, K-pop is really popular in France, so maybe they can leverage that fan base. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they have their own K-Con, so.
Yeah, and I mean, like, he was playing, like, guitar and, like, singing a song in French, so it's, like, he's probably gonna be, like, Kim Samuel from season 2. They're gonna play up the fact that he's he's half Korean, and like,
yeah.
They're gonna definitely play up that aspect of it.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a good thing to get fans.
Mm-hmm. And closing off, last but certainly not least, probably the most popular trainee, at least meme-wise, when it comes to the coming out of this, we have Peak from Chandelier Music, who is from
Funhouse.
Peak from Funhouse, yes. Everyone leave
Peak.
everyone leave Peak in the comments. Please tell me you saw his introduction video.
Yes, I watched his intro. That was one of the ones I watched. I don't know what was going on there, but
so if you haven't watched, please, if you're listening, please go watch Peak's introduction video, because literally he just starts off like with like Thai music and doing like Muay Thai moves, and then he goes to like a beat pad and everything. Yeah. He's just incredible, and I think just like I find the way he speaks Korean actually pretty endearing, just because like you can tell there's kind of an accent to it, but he's actually pretty good at speaking Korean. So
yeah,
so I'm actually pretty hyped for Peak, but he might be. We'll see how good his actual skills are. He might be the Jungwon.
Yeah, exactly.
He might be the Jungwon Bok of the season, where he's just super popular for being like a meme. Like Jungwon Bok was popular for his hair, but I mean, I love Peak as a personality, so hopefully he gets to stick around.
Yep. Yeah, he seemed cool. I like that he didn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a good personality, and I mean, just the fact that he got himself over with personality like alone is going to be a huge help. So
yeah.
Hopefully,
as long as he's not utter trash.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's utter trash, I mean, if he's popular, he can still get He can still
That's
get.
True.
Like I said, it's a popularity contest disguised as a talent show. Anyway, that'll close it out for our Produce 101 season review, X101 season preview. Let us know if there's any trainees we missed, anyone you want us to highlight, or anyone you want us to follow. Any early favorites for you at this point, Nate, or you just wait until the show?
No, yeah, I'm mostly waiting for the show. Yeah, Peak definitely stood out, just from his ridiculousness. But other than that, we'll see who catches my eye during the show.
Well, I mentioned before, Choi Soo-won is probably like the one I have my eye on right now, but I usually don't lock in my favorites until at least episode 0. So we'll see. Yeah. Okay, you'll join us again at the middle of May, because we're not going to do our first we're not going to do our first episode until episode 3 of Produce X101 airs. So please subscribe so you can keep up with us in the meantime. We'll definitely try to keep up to date when it comes to Produce X101. And yeah, definitely can't wait for the show. What do you think your thoughts are on how this season will go in comparison to previous seasons?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I think it'll be fairly similar. I don't think they'll change too much up. It'll be interesting to see what they're doing with this X rating and how much it actually changes the show and the format. I honestly don't think it will that much, because like we said, the ratings just don't matter past a certain point. But yeah, it'll be interesting. These Japanese, like these 48 group members, realize like maybe the K-pop like industry might just be a better chance for them. Yeah, just because of how the 48 group works, where there's so many members, it's kind of hard to get noticed. Yeah, you have to be one of like the top